Hello folks, hope you're doing well. Just went to our store, got a few bits and pieces, which is good. Well, some burgers and buns and that sort of stuff. It could be useful. Well, it will be useful. Well, certainly for training and stuff like that, to have a little bit of protein boost if it's needed, then really burgers are probably the best thing to have. They're a cheaper form of beef product. And yeah, they provide a good amount of protein for that little top up that you need. Anyway, I was watching a video before I went called TikTok is Destroying Society, and I felt that was a bit harsh. Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm not surprised at what they were saying, because they were talking about the fact that now you've got teens, boys and girls, as young as maybe 12, maybe even younger. When I mentioned in it, a 10-year-old girl died trying to do this TikTok trend. But the person was talking about the fact that users are encouraging these teens to sort of do stuff, revealing stuff. And, well, you can't be surprised, because when you've got OnlyFans and stuff like that, TikTok is incredibly revealing anyway. Instagram, TikTok are basically, a lot of it is soft porn, or what used to be soft porn years ago. That's what those sites are. But as I say, you've got the OnlyFans on things like YouTube and stuff like that, which is basically pornography. Yeah. You've got young women, making a fortune with prostitution. That's what OnlyFans is. It's prostitution. And so how long before children are being encouraged to do the same? And parents basically not doing anything about it at all. Well, because, if you got young women, and young women for a while have been doing OnlyFans, or have been doing, highly revealing stuff on TikTok, Instagram and that sort of stuff, any real surprise that the children of these women want to do the same? Because I imagine a lot of these women as mothers are still doing highly revealing stuff on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. You look on YouTube, you've got, if you go onto the reactions videos of, certainly reactions videos, you'll see a lot of youngish women. Probably early, between 20 and 30. Yeah. Making sure their cleavage is fully visible while they're reacting to a video. And it's like, why? Excuse me. Yeah. Why do you think that showing the top part of your boobs and your cleavage, why do you think that's important? Oh, it's because obviously what you want people to, you want to use that to get people to watch your videos. Yeah. That's still pornography. That's still prostitution. Because put it this way, if you're a young lady and you have a YouTube channel and you use your sexuality, especially cleavage and top part of your breasts or whatever, or you wear what a lot of them wear, incredibly tight lycra. So then, you do streams like so many of them do, playing video games, and you're showing off your cleavage and most of your boobs. And then, your chat, the people that are watching your stream, they get you to go over and pick something up off the floor so they can see, pretty much everything else. And this is how you make your money online. you're still selling sex. You don't actually have to have sex with someone to sell sex. The fantasy of is still prostitution. I mean, as a young woman, if you think that you playing a video game is good enough content for someone to watch you for 3 hours, for anyone to watch you for 3 hours, simply sitting there watching you play a game, if you think that that is top quality content, that someone's going to watch that simply because of the fact it's you playing a game, then you're an absolute idiot. A lot of these people in chat, they're very, very friendly, they're very, very jokey. Why? Because they're trying to say to the women, you like me, don't you? You want to be with me, don't you? That's what it all is. That's what it's all about. Now, whether that person who's in chat simply wants a fling, a one-night stand, or whether they want a relationship, they're not in there, they're not giving you money because you're performing something that's good. And in those streams, that's the point. People are encouraged in chat to give money in one way or the other. To choose shout outs or whatever, and they have to pay to do that. And so these people doing these chats, they earn a decent living for that. They really do. Well, it's like that Adam, the bloke who's on United Stand, who did have his own channel beforehand. Adam Matic, I think it was, his channel. I'm not totally sure, but But anyway, he stopped his job. He now is employed full time by United Stand to do videos, and he earns probably the same amount of money as what he would have done in a full time job just doing videos. It's insane. It is absolutely insane how that is a living now. Now, I think that market is going to collapse eventually. Well, because like any market that's really, really generous, this is an area where a lot of people they earn their living through this. No, I'm not saying they don't have to work hard, they have to work fairly hard. Yeah. Well, because certainly if you're somebody who's starting off, I imagine that you will have to do your videos, you will have to edit them and make sure all that's done. You may even want to do subtitles, and that takes a lot of work to do that. I looked at doing subtitles in mine and I thought, no. Well, because the problem is every single word you speak has to have the words there, and you've got to go over every single thing. And so if you've done a half an hour video, there's a lot of words in that video. You've got to make sure all the words are correct. And it's like, no. No, that's way too much hard work. I mean, what you want, if there was a system, if YouTube had a system where that system could get used to you, and if you only had to put your words in once in a while, so that it got used to your voice and got used to the words that you use, then it'd be worth doing. But I'm not sure if their system is that clever. So, yeah. But as I said, I respect the fact that people they do have to work reasonably hard. But what I'm saying is that sexuality is very much a point of the internet and all these sites. And so parents have to be the ones to supervise their children, because abandonment, which is really what it is from a lot of parents, if your child is on TikTok or Instagram or whatever and doing something that's lewd or something that's sexual in any way, shape or form, you as a parent, it's your job to supervise that child. It's your job to make sure that they don't do this sort of thing, that you educate them to stay away from this stuff. Because the problem is, obviously, the the whole point of you can get money from your body. It's bad enough that adults know that and understand that. But when you've got children who are starting to know that and understand it and starting to do things for that, oh, that's a bad situation. That's not good. It just isn't good in any way, shape or form. But as I say, it's up to parents to do what needs to be done about that. Because, well, okay. I watched this chap who, very clever man, Maximili, I think his name is. He does Pennywise and a few others, Kermit the Frog, and the Joker and a few others on Omegle. And Omegle, I've watched a few videos where people do things on Omegle. Omegle is basically known as the place where flashers now go. Now, years ago, flashers would go to the park with their rainy mech and expose themselves to someone and run away while the police are chasing them, that sort of thing. Now, apparently, they're going to sites like Omegle because, yeah, the amount of people on Omegle that when people do videos on Omegle say that that's all they see is, yeah, men revealing their stuff and pretty much masturbating on there. And again, that site is saturated with very young, impressionable people. Very young. And people who, you know, are going through changes and, you know, certainly mental, emotional, physical changes at that point in time. And again, what are the parents doing? If your child is on Omegle and you don't understand the site, for goodness sake, what are you doing as a parent? I mean, to me, these are basic things. Parents should understand that. What the heck are you doing? It's your job to make sure your children are supervised, to make sure they know that these sites are not good, that they are bad. Well, of course, they're all going to be, aren't they, really? I must say, there will be some good stuff on them. There will be. On all these sites, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Omegle, on YouTube, there will be some good stuff. But there will also be some stuff that is not suitable, that is not appropriate. And as parents, you've got to make sure that your 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds are not on those bloody sites. Yeah, you can't protect them from everything. But if they're in their own rooms in your home, come on. There has been technology for God knows how many years to make computers kid safe and to make sure they can't access sites that you are saying are not kid friendly. You can easily do that. It takes a bit of effort, and for a lot of parents that means that's way too much, because a bit of effort is too much. And too many parents are too busy trying to be buddy with their kids to actually supervise them and say, no, that isn't good. You're doing a damn sight more harm to your children than the people who are, you know, encouraging them to do things. Because if you stepped in, those people couldn't do anything. It starts with you as the parent. Of course it does, yeah. Well, that's the point. I mean, from a spiritual point of view, you know, God gives you your children because he wants you to raise that child in his will and his ways. Letting them onto sites like that is not really doing that, is it, somehow? No, that's not particular Christy, that is. That's pretty bad. Doing that is not a wise move. That's a pretty bad situation. So yeah. But yeah, as I say, you can't really blame TikTok because it's like saying you can blame YouTube for what people do on YouTube. You can't really, because people are going to try and get away with it. They're going to try and twist it and say things in a way where they're still saying things that are nasty. You've got nasty people who do videos about nasty things. Yeah. Same as TikTok, same as Instagram, same as Omegle, same as whatever other sites. You've got the good, the bad, the ugly on all these sites, and that's okay for adults. Adults are in a position where, because they're adults, they have the right to choose to go down those paths. Kids, no, not able yet. Yeah. So, as parents, come on. But as I say, it's like all areas of society. It's always about the real people that are responsible just want to blame everyone else. So you can't tell a parent how to parent their child. They get so upset about that. They would rather their child was involved in something like that, one of those sites, than you tell them how to raise their child. Oof, they get far more offended you're telling them that than what their child is doing or what people are trying to encourage their child to do. It's ridiculous. It really is. But that's where the situation is. Say that's the same with church, the same with everything else. So you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.